This is FYI News 13 Sports.
From pregame to postgame, it was an emotional night at Tamaqua area's gymnasium. The Blue Raider basketball team is fighting for a wild card spot in the Schuylkill League playoffs, and their 70-39 win over Pine Grove was a boost. If they beat Blue Mountain on Friday night, they will be in the Schuylkill League playoffs as the wild card team. But that wasn't the only storyline at last night's game in the land of the running water, and water may be running down your cheeks by the time we get to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. Minutes before his first game as a varsity player, Zeke Wassell was surrounded by media. Cameras were capturing every movement of his warm-up before the game. Wassell is a good athlete, but it's not like the sophomores getting looks from Duke. No, it wasn't scouts in attendance that had everyone so interested. It was Wassell's mother, Amanda Kerr. Kerr signed up for the United States Army in 1995 while she was still in high school, and when she turned 18, she was stationed in Hawaii, and she has been serving ever since. Because of her work, she misses a lot of her son's athletic events, and last year she missed basketball season because she was deployed in Afghanistan. Tonight she would see her son's first varsity game, and Wassell would see what will probably be his mother's last promotion in the Army to Sergeant First Class. Wassell didn't know about the promotion. He thought a lot of his family and friends were there just to see his first varsity game.
As a single mom, it's nice to give back to your kids too, and to show him that I'm proud of him, and to let him know, that I work hard and that everything I do and every decision I make, I think about him first. So I think that he deserves to be there for my accomplishments, and that I'll always be there for his accomplishments as well.
What is she like? What kind of mom? What kind of person is she?
She's the best person you can have. She's the best role model, and she makes me want to do that when I'm older, and I love her to death.
When Kerr can't make it to an event, Wassell texts her no matter what time it is to give her an update. We'll have more on this story on the next Out of Left Field and later in this story. While we were doing our interview with Sergeant First Class Kerr, Bo Rotet scored his 1,000th point at Tamaqua area. Since we missed it, Rotet will tell us all about how he scored the points, and first he'll give us some background. He's going to take us back to when his teammate Brett Koshulik scored his 1,000th point last season.
Back last year when we were at Panther Valley, I threw Brett an assist. Well, he could have possibly dunked it, but he didn't. He just made a layup. But today, I was running down the right corner, and he passed me the ball, and I just made a layup. So we both helped each other out with getting 1,000 points.
So you assisted on his 1,000 points
last
year?
Yep.
It's a kid that works hard. I mean, he has a lot of success in baseball, has a lot of success in basketball, and he's just the ultimate competitor, just a super kid, and it's just nice to see him score his 1,000 points.
2 1,000-point scores on team now too, right, with Brett?
Yeah, I mean, that's the first time it's ever happened in this school's history, and I look around our league, and I guess you'd be hard-pressed for 2 kids in the same class to have 1,000 points, and they're 2 great kids, and I'm blessed and honored to be able to coach them.
Rotet and Koshulik were both key members of Tamaqua's 2014 District 11 AAA champion baseball team. That team was honored at halftime of this game as their championship banner was unveiled.
And be able to enter the state tournament, last year was incredible. We, had the craziest game I was ever a part of against Jersey Shore, and we're able to play in the state semifinals against a Pope John Paul team who, all they had to do was score a run, and they were able to do that, and hats off to them. They were eventual state champions, and but what an incredible year, and we got a good nucleus of these kids coming back this year, and we're looking forward to it.
Just before the end of the basketball game, with his mother watching from the stands, Zeke Wassell scored his first points at the varsity level, a 3-pointer that he'll probably never forget on a night to remember in Tamaqua. And a big thank you to Sergeant First Class Amanda Kerr and her son, varsity basketball player Zeke Wassell, for letting us cover their story. And you'll see a more in-depth piece on them on the next Out of Left Field.